Hello everyone, Random595 here, and today I'm going to be recording a voiceover for a challenge that I did. So the challenge was to beat Rogue Fable 4 with the lowest stats possible, and to do that we plan to win the game without taking damage, without using speed points, without using consumables, without getting critical hits, using shrooms, or having enemies hit a trap such as a fire shroom or anything like that. The reason I'm doing a voiceover is because this challenge was quite difficult and took over 500 attempts, and I was getting sick of saying the same things over and over again, so I decided I would just voiceover at the end. Also, I was a little bit sick before I started the challenge, so talking so much was quite bad for me. Anyway, as you can see, we have to be very careful in this challenge because any shrooms we can't step on, and any fire shrooms, if the enemies hit, it's game over. So I spend a lot of time preparing and clearing out terrain so we don't have to worry about that. So we're playing as a mummy, so we don't need to eat any food, because eating food counts as a consumable. And we're playing as a fire mage because it turns out that Dex classes aren't very good when you don't get speed points or critical hits. Fire Mage also has Fireball, which is super good early on, and some really great late game talents in Wall of Fire, Burst of Flame, and Flame Portal. We're a little bit unlucky here on the second floor getting a group, so I consider a group to be any 3 enemies like that, and you don't always get them on the second floor. This room here, I have got quite a lot, and you always have to engage it from the door I open rather than the other side because there's very often shrooms in the way. Just planning how to take out this archer here. Archers are the biggest threat early on, but also having melee enemies get close is quite annoying because sometimes you don't deal enough damage with fireball and there's no way to make distance. Well, no easy way, and there are a few strategies, but they're quite situational. So a trick I'm using here is whenever I enter a new floor, I go up and down the stairs. What this does is it stops all the roaming enemies. The first time you enter a floor, a certain amount of enemies are set to be roaming, and yeah, if you use the stairs, they stop moving around randomly, which is really useful if you don't want to be interrupted. Always got to be careful against ice mages, as their ice walls are quite scary. But we found a nice little spot there. Some great news for us is that if you are the one that ignite this, the flaming coals or whatever they're called, it counts as your damage and not as a trap damage, so we can use them against enemies, which is really good for us. Yes, I was debating whether to do that because I was like, it's probably a trap, but I decided to risk it for the experience, as I want to get that experience early on, as we need to hit level 4 as soon as possible. Not getting level 4 early on into the second zone is just asking to lose the game, which is why I'm pulling all these enemies where possible. Using Fireball at some nice corners. We have to take Mental Clarity to get that extra MP. I did consider saving for level 4 to get Flame Portal and Burst of Flame, but then I find you don't have enough MP to use it effectively. Now, I both hate and love these rooms. So they're really bad in that if there's any enemies in them, it's really hard to clear them of dangerous terrain. But after you have cleared them of dangerous terrain, they let you kill pretty much everything. Overall, I would say I actually don't like these rooms. I think they're a bit too much just in general for the game, but it is what it is. Yeah, carefully pull these archers, then take them out with the flaming terrain. It makes it so much easier to kill stuff, and then eliminate these. Yep, nice. Okay, so 4th floor, we're watching out for the boss. Always got to be careful about that. Really hope it's a boss that we can kill. Unfortunately, it's not, because he gets so much experience for killing the boss. But against a fast archer that hates other archers, yeah, I have never successfully killed that boss in this challenge. I can take out Bojack pretty easily, and I can take out the High Shaman, which is actually really good because you get lots of MP from the item. But I cannot take out the archer, and taking out Ajax, who teleports enemies, is very dicey. Probably shouldn't be done. Just deciding which angle to go at here. Thankfully Fireball has some many very nice angles. I don't like these guys because the way they throw bombs can be scary, but thankfully we've got some really good terrain to take them out. Yeah. Okay, and now I'm thinking about the boss, going, yeah, no, I can't do that, so I have to go down. Swamp. Very disappointed. Swamp is by far the worst. So the reason the swamp is the worst is not only is there a lot of eels, but you also have piranhas, and piranhas will also end your run. And lots of shock reeds, and shock reeds are just the bane of my existence. Not only are they super dangerous to clear because they spread such a wide distance and they could be hidden enemies, but if you don't clear them and then an enemy in the water aggroes, it pretty much can end your run. So what I'm trying to do is check there's nothing behind it, but if there was something behind it, well, I would probably lose anyway. So it's like, do you just clear it anyway or not, or do you try and leave it? There's no winning in this situation. I actually, for a while, I preferred Undergrove, which is really surprising that Undergrove was my side dungeon or second dungeon of choice, as centaurs are just incredibly deadly. But I was having trouble with Sunless Desert with the fire-resistant enemies, the dry bone skellies just running me down. As I got better, and as I managed to get more and more experience from the earlier levels, as I figured out how to kill everything, it became easier in Sunless Desert. So Sunless Desert became my preferred zone. About halfway through the challenge. Yeah. There's a really interesting thing against eels, where it's actually better to be in the water against eels than out of the water. Because if you're in the water, you can almost guarantee that you can block their vision with steam, whereas if you're out of the water, it's less likely to work. But yeah, it really depends. It's quite difficult. It's a mix of judging the terrain and what other enemies are around and deciding what you can handle. Killing these ants for some level experience. Just double checking that 4 damage is guaranteed, which it is. There we go. So many little things that I learned. Like, until you get level 2, you don't one-shot bats guaranteed with your staff. You need that 7 damage to guarantee it rounds up to 4. Deciding whether I want to fight this, I see those guys, happy to fight. So, it took me a while. Until I realized that these guys can't actually damage me. But for a while I was treating them with extreme caution, and then one day I got hit and I realized that Mummy is gas immune. And so I actually thought of a kind of crazy strategy in that you don't kill them. So I may try it here, we'll see. Let me just take out these snakes first, I think. In that I use them as a living cannon against the other enemies. It actually really helped me out a bunch. So yeah, let's see if I do that or not. Come on. Oof. Froglock archers, so scary. They jump, they're fast in water, and they've got a reasonable amount of HP. I should decide to take Burst of Flame just to kill this guy here. Yeah, Burst of Flame is so busted. The targeting is completely broken. It's insane. Yeah, so what I'm going to try and do, a little ambush wall, which actually did make me rethink my strategy here, because if I keep it aggroed, I will keep the ambush walls activating early. But I still tried it for a little bit. It's not like it can damage me, so why not? I'm trying to get it next to the stairs. Come on, come with me. We're going on a journey. And there we go. And I'm going to use them against the enemies on this floor for a little while. See how that goes. Like right here, get some extra damage on that, which was very nice. Then I realized it also affects weighting, and it's like, is this really worthwhile? I decided to still go with it for a little bit. Clearing out that dangerous terrain. Trying to check which enemies there are. Decide that's a really, really bad idea with all of that stuff there. And we need to try and find the talent, which I'm lucky is just here. So we are hoping for Jump, Power Shot, or Sleep Bomb as the main talents that we want to get. Unfortunately, I only got a talent point, but it does give us Flame Portal, so not too bad. And then I decide with Flame Portal and considering what enemies I saw down there, I'd rather not aggro. So let's get rid of that guy following me. It was a interesting idea, but sometimes I want it to be a little bit more controlled. Very careful here. Because we got rid of the roaming enemies, we can actually safely waste all of our MP clearing terrain, because as long as we don't move, nothing can aggro, so we can actually always wait as long as we need. Yeah. So we have a lot of control with no roaming enemies. One strategy I was thinking about with roaming enemies is I could sit on the stairs and wait, a ridiculously long time, and every roaming enemy will eventually make its way to me, and then I kill them one by one. Effective, but also incredibly boring, so I decided not to do that. I'm a little bit worried about where this guy's going to go, because he technically could blink up towards the other guys, which would ruin my day, but I decided there was not much I could do about it. Seeing the stairs, yes, not great, but you'll see the other reason we play Fire Mage. So normally it plays much more of a role in Upper Dungeon, is the fact that we can make steam, but it wasn't the case in this run, but we can use it here. So it's very important to make sure you leave room to make new steam, because you can't make steam on old steam, which means you can not block vision. So I decided I need to get rid of that guy roaming, the Mosquito Prince, because he's way too dangerous. He shoots life spikes through steam, so we can't block him that way. And yeah, it requires really, really good terrain to try and kill him. Now that I have Flame Portal, we're much safer against melee, and safer in general, because we generally have a way to actually get away from things. Yeah. So if a snake does get next to us with 10 HP, not guaranteed kill by Fireball, we can just Flame Portal out eventually. Checking for these guys, there are multiple methods to kill these guys. Easiest in this case is just sitting around the corner and fireballing, so that's what we'll do. If you have a 8 tile straight distance from them, you can use the Fireball range extender trick, which is where you shoot the Fireball at their shock arrow and it has infinite range until it hits an enemy. Or if you have some nice torches, you can burst to flame them. This works. So we'll just take that experience, get whatever loot they have, and yeah, continue on. A little bit of gold is what it is. Being very careful here. So I actually think I didn't play this too well, but it works out in the end. And then I'm like, not a guaranteed kill. Close, but not quite, so I may as well just run away and get some fireballs or burst of flame for the extra damage. And so yeah, I'm thinking there, not a guaranteed kill, so it wouldn't have actually worked. Oh, I mean, who knows the damage roll, but that is an example of how burst of flame wouldn't have killed it in the first case, which is why I ran away. Clearing that terrain, always got to make sure that it's possible to fireball next to yourself to create steam, where possible. Sometimes I clear the terrain, sometimes I don't, because there is advantage to having the terrain. You can use it to get more damage on enemies, hit more enemies at once, but usually I do clear it. Burst of Flame is just a ridiculous ability. Something else I'm being really careful of, because it has ended runs, is when I rest, I press shift and click on myself. So, oh, scary. If I press shift and click next to myself, I'll use a speed point and that will end my run. And I have done that before, so every time I'm rest, I'm trying to be really careful with that. Yeah, good damage, but now we're out of MP. So I decide just to wait around. I think about going to the next floor and decide against it. We can just dance back and forward. Sometimes some of these things take a lot of time, but it's safe. Nothing can roam up on us as long as there's no ambush walls, which don't seem likely in this area. I get the tongue pull out so I can get away from him and then use my MP, just blast him, and then realize, oh no. Yes. Very, very dangerous. I didn't actually realize it was a room of 3 at first, so run definitely could have ended on like 3 occasions there. If the mosquito saw us, if it yelled when it died, or if those second mosquitoes saw us there, it would have been over. So, it did all start from an ambush wall, so is it my fault? Maybe, maybe not. I could have tried to take on that frog in a more contained manner though. I'm currently debating the terrain to see if I can kill the Mosquito Prince, and I decide that I can. So it requires circular terrain, a way to damage him, and a way to make distance, as a melee he'll just chase us. So I decide I have all of those factors, because I can flame portal to the top torches, and I can burst a flame or fireball him around corners. So I'm pretty happy, and I decide to go for the kill. Reason you want to kill him, first of all he drops an item which gives us parry, which is nice, better than the melee weapon I currently have, and mainly because it gives a bunch of experience. And in this challenge, experience is one of the most important things apart from getting the correct talents. We need so many talent points. And level 4 is the first big one, but then level 7 is the next big one. So yeah, killed that guy for a bunch of experience. All those items we can't use, man. So sad, so sad. Oh, happy with this. Extra merchant. Just want to play it safe. Not tunnel in on the good stuff that I don't need to go for immediately. Just remove all the annoying things. Blink Shrooms up. Killer. Gotta get rid of Blink Shrooms. My policy is to buy everything that is useful. Just spend the gold now. Is generally the case. I'm keeping the gloves just in case I need more strength later on to equip gear. It is a possibility. I think about it, and I'm like, I will keep it. Maybe it's worthwhile. I can always sell it later to get more gold. It's a very nice AP boost, and now we have a physical damage weapon. So the reason I don't use that stuff immediately is for two reasons. First of all, I'm very used to shooting water to create steam, and accidentally just shooting nothing can be game ending. And also, I don't want critical hits. So physical damage weapons deal critical hits in water on unstable and have ended many runs. So that's why I don't equip the stuff immediately, but it is super useful to have against piranhas, eels, and in various situations. So here, I'm on Swamp 4 out of 4. I found the talent, and there is a really annoying shock reads. Why risk it? I know I want the experience, but my next goal should be the library on floor 3 of the Palace of Shadows. Yeah, so not worth risking. Okay. Wonder what happened here. I think my dinner finished cooking. That's what I did. I'll probably cut this part out, or maybe I'll forget. We'll see. And I'm back. We're not going to let dinner get in the way. We're 16 minutes into a 2-hour plus challenge run. So here I was debating, is it possible that guy steps on that shock reads? I'm thinking about it. In the end I decided I don't think he can, but I am going to check the other way first. It's always best. Very carefully, we don't want to aggro anything. Like, it's very dangerous at this stage when you have some tools, you've got Burst of Flame, Flame Portal, to feel like you're actually kind of strong and doing well in a challenge. One mistake, one group of enemies aggroing that you don't like, one ambush wall, anything, GG. Instant GG, like almost nothing you can do. So it's super important. We get a +1 stuff. Super important to not forget that we're still playing an insane challenge, and that any single movement could just be game over. Something we've also got to be aware of is enemies aggroing at max range, aggroing something out of vision, and that just immediately stepping on a shroom. Quite a few runs I've had have ended like that, and it feels really bad, and there's not too much you can do, depending on which talent you have. So just being safe, trying to clear these shrooms first. Not entirely sure which 3 enemies will be there. Yeah, and now I'm like, it just used its ability. Does that mean it can hit me? And I'm trying to figure out if I'm in range, and I decided, yeah, that felt a bit far. Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. Burst of Flame's good damage. I didn't want to retreat too much, because then you got the Storm Mage being complicated. I figured it was better just to take it out, but I was a little worried there. Archery goggles for a moment, I was like, yes! And then I realized, wait a moment, I'm not a ranger. It really doesn't matter. I'm like, Storm Mage, not the greatest terrain. Do I want to? Yeah, I decided I can Flame Portal out if required. Yeah, there we go. Make some distance and then Burst of Flame them. Get that super long range damage down. Look at that. That's just disgusting. How? No. See, I am actually safe to do nothing there, because it turns out Storm Mages can cast their lightning through clouds, but then it cancels because they can't see the spot they cast to, which is so dumb. But that's how it works. So, yep. Stairs are always up in this, so you can safely go to the stairs if you want. And usually good stuff is down, but don't quote me on that. Maybe that's just how it feels. Just gonna clear all the terrain, and then I will try and clear this. Thankfully this is the easy version. The hard version is the one where enemies spawn every time you open a door, which is just really scary. Here I was a bit confused about the targeting, but hey, doesn't matter. Get those easy kills. Nice potion with 30 gold. Be nice if I could drink it, but hey. Thankfully we had torches, same in both places. Always quite worried about the storm guys, as they're the most dangerous, as they have two annoying attacks, the summon and the lightning strike, whereas the flame guys only have the summon. And the ice guys, the ice wall is less of a concern now that I have flame portal, whereas before I had a movement ability having to waste a turn to destroy the ice wall, and then they get closer, plus they cast it so common. Like, I don't know what the cooldown is, it feels like a few turns even on the low level ice mages. I'm debating how I can hit those other guys. Do I retreat into there and kill them? But then I'm worried about the fire orbs, so I decide to just go for it here. Yeah, take one of them out. And then am I in range? Yes. So I'm debating if I run all the way to the side or if I use the pillar. And I decide I should be able to use the pillar if he uses his orb. I can flame portal, now I can't, but yeah. I think if he summoned his orb on the turn I stepped away from the torches at the top, it wouldn't have ended well for me. So I debate the mirror robe and decide I don't really like defensive stats, I prefer aggressive stats. And then I debate the crown, and then I think I'm probably going to get a better crown from the boss, so we'll leave it for now. As I will hopefully be spending most of my gold on the librarian. Thankfully there can't be anything in the water here, so shock reeds are not a concern, but I still hate them, so I'm going to clear them all as soon as I can. I realize it's the reflective boss, and I think about it, I think I should be able to kill it. But we'll just be safe, try and find what that switch gives us. Librarian first, and then go from there. I'm also assessing the terrain. I'm not quite sure what the range is on these guys. I decided to get rid of the shroom just in case he walks that way, as he is tough, and just go for it. This is, I'm debating the range and the damage, but yeah, we're good, easy. Clear this terrain, always clear the terrain. Ooh, surprise, did not expect him to see me, but yeah, burst of flame. Okay, so we're praying shadow step, shadow step, shadow step, shadow step. We take jump, awesome. Evasive, may as well. And apart from shock, nothing's really great. Dash attack, I'll take it. Storm shot, it's probably not going to fit on my ability bar. And blood portal, I was really uncertain, but I think I just took it in the end because I'm like, I kind of need to take everything I can. However, jump flame portal is amazing. Jump gives us better than speed points. It's super good, but I'm not happy because I don't have ways to kill Yender. That's what I feel like I'm missing. No ways to kill Yender. So I'm going to save the talent point because I want flame portal no cooldown and wall of fire at level 7. And I can always invest it if I have to later on. And now I've got a really good combo of jump and flame portal, which I may use here. You'll see how it works. So I'm debating killing the mage. I hope I use the jump flame portal combo. Yeah. Yes. I'm thinking about it. Or do I just kill the mage straight up? Oh, the healer. No, surely I jump in. I'm thinking about how I'm going to do this. Oh, I don't even check. That was silly. I should have checked. What if there was shrooms right there? Well, one thing you got to be careful of is in Steam, blocks your vision. You can't flame portal. That has caused me issues multiple times. I remember the shock reads. I was like, I should have cleared them. I'm just trying to pull these guys down where I want them. Get the MP back, and then... Because I'm debating, if I go to the torch and they split to both sides, am I dead? Should I go to the right? But then there's the shock reads at the top, probably far enough away. But the left has the better torch, so in the end I do decide to go to the left. And then my priority is to kill all the enemies, like the reduce the number of enemies. So the boss is going to be my last target. Already out of MP. Man, I need more. Here I'm trying to make sure they come the same side. So what I do is, if you block vision in water like that, they often both move towards the other side. They treat the blocked vision like a blocked path to the player, like it takes longer to get in vision that way, so they turn around and go the other way. So that's why I blocked vision on that side, to try and give myself more time and get them to move. Then I kind of remember I have jump as well, so I should be using that just to gain distance as required. And I'm just looking at where he stands, figuring out how I'm gonna hit him with Burst of Flame. Also getting my MP back, so he regenerates a little bit less. Alright. Lots of circling. Here we go. There we are. Got the vision. Targeting is insane. Look at that. That just shouldn't be possible. There's been some way worse targeting as well. So torches on single tile walls, you can use them from one side of the wall to hit the other side, which is slightly broken. Hopefully I get to abuse that in this run. Again, debating defensive stats, deciding I don't want them. I should be resting immediately here. Come on, man. Rest. Yeah, I'm not sure why I didn't rest. Always dangerous to move around without resting. Drop walls. Yeah. Just assessing whether I want any of this, considering I've now seen the talents. We can't use the tomes because they will count as using a consumable, I believe. I'm not sure I tested that. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. Nah, surely it does. Block the vision here. Take that guy out. Nice and easy. More shock raids. I hate shock raids so much. They also don't get destroyed by the edges of a fireball, which feels a little weird. Shroud of Wind, no question about it. Levitation, super, super nice. So I'll just take that immediately. It really helps in some of the Yender levels. Lets us jump, lets us stand over dangerous terrain, all that kind of good stuff. Yeah. And a key. I was very confused by this key, because I was like, I haven't seen any key doors, which I thought had to be before the key. So I check real quick, and I actually forget that I haven't fully cleared the swamp. And so here I'm thinking, where's the key door? And then I decide it must be in the the first side dungeon. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'll just hold the key, come back to it later. So I'm gonna check what the boss is, and very disappointed. This is by far the worst. The invisibility, plus the loot is really bad for us. Here I'm like, have I messed up? Am I dead? Like, is it over? And then I was like, nah, flame portal. We're good, we're good, we're good. Yeah, but even, yeah. And that's also when I realized, well, actually maybe not yet, that I still had roaming enemies. So I should probably get rid of roaming enemies. That doesn't happen. Clearing a little bit, and then I think I decided to turn around because my thought process is, this is super dangerous. It doesn't actually give us anything, and my priority should be getting talents from the side dungeons. But here I'm using the trick of Flame Portal and Jump, both done in my turn. So I can use one to go forward and the other to go back, and I get to see ahead, get vision, see what enemies, see what terrain there is, if there's any traps, at no risk of the enemies aggroing, because my turn never ends, so they never get to aggro. So I use that trick quite a bit. Maybe not as much as I should, but yeah. So here I was like, am I dead? And then I was like, wait a moment. I don't know why I thought I was dead. I can just fireball the shroom. Here I'm realizing that it's not that bad. Just fireball that. Walk out. We're good. Yeah, I got jump to kill these guys. A little bit of HP, nothing too bad. Burst of Flame. Insane. Absolutely insane. I need more MP, man. This hurts. So, sewers. Sewers is interesting. There's a bunch of hidden enemies, a bunch of stuff that's fast on water. At least we have fire against trolls, which is nice. But I have to be very careful with the terrain. Just gonna clear that, make sure it's safe. This is trapped, 100% trapped. I know it's trapped, but should be safe. Oh. I miss more fireballs than I want to admit. So many fireballs get missed. So, nice. With lunging enemies, it's important to know that they only, when they hit a wall and take crunch damage, it's only a crit if they're on unstable terrain when they hit the wall. Oh, yeah, pick trap. Lots of fun. I did actually lose a game because an elephant charged at me over water, hit a wall, and critical hit. So that's why I'm always concerned about enemies with lunge. A little bit scary. Where are the torches on the walls is what I'm thinking. No. A shroom. Shock raids. I thought it was fast. I legit thought that leeches were fast, and so I thought the game was over. I was like, what can I do? How can I get enough damage? And then I realized it's not fast. And I'm like, I'm alive! I'm still scared as heck though, because I was like, ah. I don't know why I'm so scared. I clearly should go back up, kill the leech. I have jump. I can. I don't know why I don't. And instead, I cause myself so much more pain. I should also come back to this when I'm level 7 and have Flame Wall. It would make it so easy. Unfortunately, I decided to waste all my MP. Realize this is not a good situation. Retreat to the stairs. With some very questionable pathing. I should have gone straight to the stairs. Why didn't I go to the stairs? I realize I need to go to the stairs now. One of them comes with. And I'm like, what have I done? Jumps on cooldown. Leech is right there. 6 MP. So here I think I'm a genius. And I'm going to Blood Portal. I ran out of MP. The only reason I leave is that strafe dodge. I should have lost so many mistakes I made in a row right there. Such bad gameplay. I needed to come back, clear the leech. I'm not happy with myself. Like, I survived, but I am not happy with that. Yeah, clear the leech before I do everything else. Don't engage the rats. Run straight to the stairs when I engage the rats. I did none of the above, so yeah. Well, sometimes a bit of luck is what you need. Yeah. Being a bit cautious of these bloats, because I actually forgot what their range is, though I think it's only 5 with their attack. Wall of Fire. Wall of Fire is busted. And it's busted for so many reasons. It's not just busted because you can burst a flame from it, you can teleport to it, it works through gates, but it's also busted just because of the range and the damage. Everything. It's been given a 10-turn cooldown. Doesn't matter. Still busted. Yeah. I'm just checking the water. Why not? Yeah. Deciding where's the best place to Wall of Fire. And then burst a flame from it. Like, infinite burst of flames. Set up your own teleports. It's just disgusting. What is this ability? How is it a thing? Yep, nah. Honestly, I don't know why I'm doing that. I should just leave that section alone. Maybe I want to do the glyph gate still. So what you can do is you can set up your own escape path and teleport out to your own Wall of Fire. Like, just one of the many uses for it. I decided nothing here is actually dangerous, so why don't I kill it? And then I realized these guys are fast on water, and I'm like, wait a moment. Am I good? Get to land as soon as possible. We're fine, we're fine. Yeah. 1 tile distance. Nothing wrong here. That was probably closer than it should have been. Get that experience. Oh, it's so sad we can't use enchant scrolls. I wish enchant scrolls didn't count as a consumable. And I think they won't at a later stage, but for now they still do. I decided to burst a flame, and then I'm like, wait, that's probably fairly expensive on the MP. Probably better to do Wall of Fire or Fireball. Wall of Fire gives us the range. Yeah, we're good. Get rid of that shock grids. I hate shock grids. I've probably said that so many times, but you do not know how many runs have ended because of shock grids, and there's just nothing you can do about it. I was going to Wall of Fire them directly, and then I realized that I can just set up a burst of flame. More damage. No risk. Don't let them go in the water. Just insta-kill them. Ah yes, this situation. Kind of boring, but I figure out a way to handle it. I didn't actually think about 2 of them coming next to me. Thankfully, Blood Portal saves the day. I actually wonder, can I lay a Wall of Fire, then go down and have it still be there? I think it works like that. If so, that's what I should have done, but I didn't think about it. Alternatively, when I went down, seeing 2 would come back up with me. Maybe I could have taken different actions. We'll just grind through all these guys. Fix this stupid situation that I made. carry on. Feeling pretty good. Still looking for that talent. We have 2 chances left to get the talent that will give us a chance to win the game. So all of this, everything that you've seen, it all is completely dependent on us getting 1 talent out of the next 2 talent books. If we don't get it, it's pretty much GG. 6 range. Just burst a flame it. Come on, get rid of that guy. I'm trying to be more efficient, but just get rid of the range threat. Nothing in there. That's so disappointing. Like, what is that? I guess, was it a glyph gate? Maybe not. Still. Sneaky shroom. Trying to be dangerous. Fire Mage has the best range in the game. It's kind of crazy. It's got so many abilities that hit at range. Still being cautious because one mistake in GG. Also, the further you go, the more that mistake hurts. It's like, if I just do 1 careless play and I lose here, oof. Nah, Flame Wall's better. Yeah. Flame Wall is the play. No, not that one. That one, yes. There we go. I figured it out eventually. Flame Wall and water. Yeah, I guess it makes sense considering the terrain. May as well use it. Did actually a decent job. 30 more gold. Hopefully I get some nice things to spend it on. Just noticing the terrain, I'd never seen that before. And then realizing that it really doesn't matter. So, yeah. Why can Wall of Fire be used through objects like fences? They're just... Surely, it should be stopped, but I don't know. Whatever. It needs some nerfs. It needs a range nerf. Probably it shouldn't be able to go 6 tiles as well. Maybe you can only cast it within 4 tiles of yourself. Something like that would reduce the range a lot. Then it would only have 8 range in a straight line, 1 tile out of vision. Yeah. I think the range is the biggest issue with Wall of Fire. For sure. Like, you still be able to do this. Well, I guess 4 range, maybe, yeah, diagonally, probably could still make that work. Yet another example. Stationary enemies, just don't have a chance. And here, we get the 1 talent that we need, Shadow Step. This challenge, Vault of Yender and Yender without Shadow Step, good luck. Sleeping Bomb, good. Shadow Step, essential. It makes everything so much safer. Aggro an enemy, if it's on vision, and there's terrain, Shadow Step saves you. Like, yep. Drop balls in the vault, Shadow Step. There's multiple Vault of Yender levels that are just straight up impossible without Shadow Step. You just can't deal enough damage without Consumables to survive, so yeah, I'm really happy. Pure stack that in, we need that MP. That's what we're doing. Okay. I'm trying to guess what this can be, because I kind of forgot. Yeah, place that escape. Nice. I was like, should I Shadow Step? And then I realized I actually kind of want them to chase me. Maybe I should have just shot that first rat, or the second rat, the elite one, instead of fireballing it, but hey. I realize I'm going towards terrain I haven't checked, and so I changed my mind. Do that to gain a few turns. Don't want to get overconfident. Can still lose even with Shadow Step. But it starts to become a lot harder. You'd have to make multiple mistakes now. Or aggro one group of enemies off vision. That would also do it. Just gonna flame all these guys, I believe. For the experience. We still want experience. We need level 10 for second tier Shadow Step. I was debating Hidden. So Hidden is really good not having speed points, because it gives you effectively 5 speed points or 5 turns to run away from stuff. But for the Vault of Yender drop walls, and in situations where you mess up, fast is so much better. And so I think I generally decided to go fast in the majority of my runs that I actually got Shadow Step. So I'm quite nervous about eels, and then I realize that I don't really need to be that nervous, but still, it's a bit annoying. I decide what I can do is I can set up my own flame walls and destroy the terrain from further away. So that's what I'm going to do here. Then burst of fire. Nice. This is going to take a while. I just clear everything nice and slow because I'm feeling pretty good. I was going to check... Oh, no, that's for escape. Yeah, okay. I decide that's to, yeah. So I can check ahead, see if there's any other enemies or terrain around, and then run away. Yeah, setting up flame walls in lines like that is actually really good, because it gives you a lot of options on the exact distance you want to teleport in or out. With no cooldown flame border, you can also teleport multiple times. So yeah. Chucking a flame wall in a line behind you or next to you is actually a really, really good play. Watching this back, I'm not quite sure why I was so scared. So what if there's an eel? As long as we don't take our actions too fast, we've got everything we need to escape. I guess I was a little bit nervous about how the slime split, but still. Even a fire resistant one can't stand up to our might. 1 damage guaranteed, doesn't matter about resistance. Get rid of that terrain. Terrain is the cause of most of my losses in this challenge. Early on, sometimes you'd get hit by archers depending on the situation, but terrain. The stupid trap stat is so annoying. Actually, originally when I started with Ranger, criticals were the biggest issue. I'm playing so scared right now. I do not want to lose this challenge. I've made it to Vault of Yender twice before this. Actually, I made it to Yender twice. I don't know how many times I made Vault of Yender. Maybe 2 more times? No, most times I made it to the Vault. I made it to Yender. And both times I lost the Yender fight. It's really hard to practice the Yender fight in a challenge like this. Maybe you could give yourself some gear and just console your way to Yender and practice the final fight, but it's not really something I do. And then you spend all this time and effort getting to the Yender fight, and then the Yender fight itself is its own set of challenges and difficulties that you just don't think about. And then you've got to risk it all. All the hours and hours and hours and hundreds of attempts to get there, and all of a sudden you're just like, oh, I haven't done this before. See, the first time I got to a Yender fight, I didn't know if the cloud effects counted as trap damage, and I thought they did. So I had to clear Ice Yender while making sure every enemy stayed out of the ice clouds, which is so hard. But yeah, every time I get a question like that, I think about it and maybe start a few practice games just to test these things, to make sure that I'm not going to win and accidentally have critical hits. I see the helm and I'm like, yes, the helm with telepathy is so good. It's one of the best items for this game, obviously. It makes a lot of sense. Thinking about how to spend my gold. Do I want the poison stuff, a different damage type? Yeah, probably worth it. I'm deciding, do I want physical damage? May as well keep it. I don't really have anything else to spend the gold on. Do I realize there's a Ring of Flight there this time? Surely, come on. Buy the Ring of Flight. Not this time. Okay, we'll get it later. More than 5 turns of levitation. Why not? Yeah, Helm with Telepathy is great because you can see enemies ahead of time and hidden enemies will no longer surprise you. And that's the huge thing. Yeah. Get rid of these shrooms. Was not expecting that. For a moment I was like, does that count as trap damage? And I was like, it's my own fire on gas. Surely it doesn't. That last fireball was silly. I should have hit it with my staff. What's really surprising is that I don't think there's a single eel in this entire map, which I didn't know was possible. I mean, I guess randomly we just got all slimes, but yeah, not a single eel. So here I need to decide, can I guaranteed kill Expendurious? And then I realize it doesn't matter because I have Flame War, which works over gates, and I have Flame Portal, so I can always escape. And I do have Shadow Step, so I kind of want to get through there. But I decided it's much safer to clear the terrain down here first, and I can do all of this pretty safely, just moving around. As long as I stay out of vision. Let's clear this terrain first. If I can clear the terrain and get over the oh, almost burnt myself there. Get over the gate, then it's actually a free win. Just very careful. If I aggro expander, it'd be quite annoying. Can I get rid of that last shroom, please? Hello? I'm just gonna leave it. Oh, actually, I'm leaving that shroom for a reason. I'm leaving that shroom as a place for me to teleport to, in case I don't have Firewall. So I can always go down, and with that, I should be much less likely to get caught off by Expendurious. Yeah, so I'm actually leaving that for a reason. I decided the enemies won't go near there. Yeah, that's actually a good call. Sometimes I think I overclear the fire shrooms because of how scared I am. I swear I left it on purpose, and then I decided to get rid of it. Whatever. Come on, get that MP back. Always engage full MP. It's so easy to just spend it all. I'm surprised that that's a big enough distance to not pull the guy from the top, but I guess we are quite far away. And since I managed to clear the other side safely, I may as well clear this side as well. And then I spend so long thinking about this. The reason being is I don't know if there's torches behind the gate. And so I can go for it to try and get over the gate. But if I need one extra turn to get over the gate, because I have to cast the flame wall, like, I could get myself in a really, really bad situation here. I've only got, my only reliable movement is jump. I guess Shadow Step is pretty reliable, but it does take you next to the enemies. And it also drops my, like, escape tool, my guaranteed escape. But then again, it's not a guaranteed escape unless I have other movement abilities to get myself out. Which is very heavily dependent on flames. So if I've got flames, then yes. If I don't, no. So that's what I'm thinking about here. I'm deciding, do I jump flame portal? Do I firewall flame portal? Do I shadow step jump? Like, there's so many different options here. So I'm thinking about making a safety for the way out, but what I think I should do is flame wall in such a way that I can escape, but also get in close. I decided to go to this side because there's an extra torch, which I like much more. I reckon if I just cast a flame wall somewhere below the corrosive slime, I could see inside the glyph gate and still get out. But we'll see what I actually end up doing. I end up aggroing, and then I jump. Oh man. Yeah, nah, see that was a disaster. All that thought, and in the end, let's say there's nothing there. Then what do? I flame portal away, I run. It's probably okay, but I still think, yeah, I should have cast the flame wall first. And then I realized I need to be making my life easier, and I should work on killing this guy as fast as possible so that he doesn't split as much. I do happen to forget though, when I kill him the gate's gonna open. That's fine. But I was not ready for that. Thankfully, you can just TP out, and I'm gonna go back for the rest of that loot. Yeah, so example number, I don't know how many, of why Flame Wall is broken. You can cast it over a closed gate, so you can not only guarantee get over the gate, because you can Flame Ball Flame Portal, but you can then kill the boss for completely free. The only bosses that can do anything are the ones that can summon tornadoes on that side, but that's not hard to survive. Yeah. Sell the trash I don't need, contemplate what I'm going to buy. Finally see that, think about it, yeah, come on, buy it. 10 turns levitation. I am considering utility items, like should I buy the fish scale cloak, just so I have that on water? Yeah, 40% evasion. Not really worthwhile for such a limited thing. Also for a stat that I don't really care about, if it was 40% AP, I'd probably buy it. Situationally get 40% more AP. So now that I've got the helmet telepathy, I decide to come back here. I'm like, why not? I can clear this, get some easy experience, no risk, right? And then I remember that, yeah, terrain's still a thing. And then I realized I didn't look at my minimap properly, and there was one more of those guys. Okay, focus. Bunch of piranhas. That don't see me for some reason. And now all of a sudden the glyph gate makes sense. Oh, the key, because the key door. I'm like, oh, it's on the 4th floor. Sweet. Decide if I want to go in or not. I did want to kill the boss. Bunch of experience, the item, bit more gold. Why not? Trying to push him back onto the land so we get more damage with my fireball. There we go. But when I come in here, I realize the terrain is going to be very dangerous. So I think I decide the better of this. If it wasn't for the bear trap, I probably would try and clear everything. But with the bear trap, that many shrooms as well. The shrooms I could clear eventually. I decided against it. Yeah, why use the key? 15 turns levitation. Why not? I like to keep the fire staff on, as it's the one I'm most familiar with. So I'm less likely to make mistakes. I'm debating, do I sell the key or do I keep the key? Thinking about it, I can make a flame wall over every gate. I should just sell it. So here, I completely forgot I left this on this area. And I think I just decided I'm going to turn around and just stop this. This is just dumb. Let's stop trying to get experience in such an annoying zone. It's not like I don't have other places to go to. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm out of here. That's it. Usually I do go back and clear everything, get all the experience, get all the items. But yeah. I'm like, let's go to the next zone. We got one more talent to get. Bunch more experience. We need level 10 minimum. I'll probably want more than that. Happy with AT. Why? Because MP items. Only thing to worry for here is the whip attack and the fact that it's reflective, but that shouldn't be a problem. Yep, cool. Wonder if that was the most efficient use of my MP. Definitely not there, but hey, whatever. Charm of Swiftness. Ooh, that is a good item. I don't know why I do this, but oh yeah, that's to get back. But then, for some reason, I forget the flame bruises of flames, so I just flame portal up one, and I was gonna jump down, and then I realized I can just flame portal straight there. So the great thing about Charm of Swiftness is that it applies to jump, flame wall, and shadow step. So that's pretty good. 8 turns, 9 turns, 16 turns. Pretty happy with that. So the biggest thing I gotta watch out for is the flame glyphs, because they're quite hard to clear because I have to shoot them. Fireball doesn't work, flame wall doesn't work, burst of flame doesn't work. Yeah, flame glyphs and fire shrooms. I'm definitely playing super slow right now. Just being careful, trying to take every turn measured. If there's any drop balls, even though there shouldn't be, because I've got the helm. Just make no mistakes. Think through every action. Go, what could possibly happen here? And do I need to take this risk? Do I still really want all the experience? I didn't actually ever test it, but I think those blade glyphs probably count as a trap. So I didn't want to pull enemies into those. That was another consideration I had. Flame wall is, yes, very strong. Fire mage is in a good spot right now. Fire mage is so OP. Gotta be careful, Shrooms being behind any pillars. That has also ended a number of runs until I started getting good at protecting that. Just let that flame guard disappear. Nice and safe. Making sure I didn't burn myself somehow. Yeah, nice. Really figuring out that ball of flames in a line tech right here. Technically, every single tile I explore should have been done like that. Would have been the safest way to never go into fog with a step that took my turn, so that way there's no way anything could aggro. But playing like that gets super boring. So I'm debating the merits of buying decks with all my spare gold. I do get evasion. So I actually used the stairs there without seeing the ice turret. Yes. But hey, these things happen. Did I step normally there? That made no sense. I should have flame ported back up. Just get rid of the turret, bro. Yeah, there we go. Killed the turret. Gives myself room just in case things happen. Yes, kill the other turret, please. Nice. Just gotta be careful of imps because they do have blinking. And here I'm thinking, what about if there's any terrain there? So I should check first. And I see there is terrain. But I decide they shouldn't go backwards. Wall of Flame can have some weird targeting like that. I think you need a straight path between you and the flame that is open, otherwise it doesn't work. 60 more gold. Pretty happy with those items. So at first I decided to get out of here because there's an equivalent room in the flame one which doesn't have that one tile of safety. But then I realized that this one does, so I can get some free kills, more experience. May as well take that. Deciding the best way to kill this guy. He's fast, it's fairly close quarters. Yeah. Don't want to do anything too dumb. I take that one extra tile distance, as that way it will take him 2 turns to reach me. Which means I can get a few more spells down. Now this seal is very interesting. I didn't realize the enemies would pass like this. Like, apparently he doesn't consider the force wall to be blocked. So, because he can't step on the force wall, he steps down. But then he steps back up because it's the shortest path to me or something like that. Yeah. Here I realize there is a critical deficiency in my kit, which is called dealing with fire enemies. Yes. Enchanter's unfortunate. We can't do anything with that. A talent trainer, amazing. Enchanter, not so much. So we got rid of the dangerous glyph gate, but we still got the sword summoning things. So I'm still scared of those. I'm trying to decide, can I kill this guy? And if I can't kill this guy, how do I kill Fire Yender? No damage. 7, 6, 4. I'm like, no. Regretting my choices. With Shadow Step, it's fairly safe. It's just, I couldn't think of a way to kill him. Block that vision. Or not, just run. There we go. I forgot that I haven't cleared the roaming. Why I do this, get through the roaming, but now I've got a situation here, and there's also still roaming on this floor. I was pretty sure that would block vision, wasn't entirely sure. I just had to run away. Always safest to run. Get jump back. Kill this guy from out of vision. For some reason I was scared the turret had more than vision range, so I also tried to block vision as well. But I don't think that's actually a thing. I think I'm just massively overthinking everything right now. Okay, that's safe. Now we're here. Shadow Step and Flame Portal out to drop the aggro, so now we don't have to worry about that. Oh, apparently I go back. Interesting choice. It works, I guess. Seeing all this, I was like, man, did I realize it's actually not that bad. There's only one enemy I can't kill, and plenty of flames to escape. So, I've got a full MP bar. We'll use that. I don't know why I jumped. It made no sense. I should just flame portal. Like, I'm putting on cooldown, a useful ability. Checking what's in the corner. Getting all my stuff back. Yes. All the movement abilities. Plus, I want to get rid of those glyphs because they're so annoying. And from here, we abuse the hell out of Flame Wall to slowly remove these guys from the game. Thinking about where the rest of my talent points are going to go. Only get one more. One more precious talent point. And I've also realized that, yeah, I've got the severe deficiency against fire enemies. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it. Debating, do I try and kill this guy? And then I realized that, yeah, it should be possible. Oh, they're immune to flame clouds. Lovely. That changed my mind again. It also made me incredibly worried about Yender. If I can't kill a flame elemental, how am I going to handle flame Yender? Fire turrets, obsidian golems, flame Yender himself. But there really wasn't too much I could do. So, onwards we go. Man, the speed I'm playing is really slowed down, hasn't it? A little bit of a scout, just to make sure. Surprised I don't get all my resources back. Try a fireball, even though I'm pretty sure it won't work. I need to rest. I decided not to rest. There we go. Trying to figure out what's the furthest way I can flame wall. And so I went up there because that should draw the ice elemental up in a straight line instead of across. If I didn't go up, he would have gone across because he could still hit me. Debating whether I want to do this storm one. Some experience, some items, a little risk. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm debating how far across I can go, looking at the left one, going, I can go this far, and still hit him. And then I aggro the guy on the right. I was so focused on the imp on the left and the vision there that I just walked straight into the imp on the right. I was not too impressed with my actions there. And here I realized this is getting messy. I don't actually have that much. I can block vision with the steam, but this is going to become hectic. So I decide to go on a trip. That torch saved me a lot of effort. But yeah, this is risky. I decided to step instead of blocking vision. Step first because I wasn't sure I could block vision of both. Just checking what's around, getting rid of any of the dangerous terrain. And then I decide how I'm going to kill the boss. So here I thought I'd messed up. Because I can't reach the boss. And then I remember Wall of Flame is so utterly broken. Yes. So previously Flame Portal was only balanced. It wasn't balanced. But the idea was it's only balanced because it's not like it's actually a free blink. You're restricted to flames. But when you combine that with Wall of Fire, you can actually just blink anywhere that you can see. So, yeah. I just wanted to drop more flames if possible. Easy kill. I was debating clearing everything for the experience, but I was like, imps are annoying. Yeah. There's still some dangerous terrain, so I think I decided to just bail. And debating using the effect of that stuff and using the stuff itself. I think I do for a little bit. I'm going to sell all of that because now we're getting ready for the final Yender push. Think about it, decide against it. Realize I still have all of this to go. So I was quite concerned that the Ice Elemental was going to step down here and trigger the Blade Glyph. It was like a possibility. I'm pretty sure it steps towards, but what if it steps down? Then I thought about blocking vision with Steam, and then I realized Flame Wall doesn't work through that. Well, it does, but then it doesn't block vision anymore. Yeah, lots of thoughts. It doesn't step down, so nothing to be too concerned about. But imagine, I burst the fire, it steps down, game over. Oof. Use that range, try and stay nice and safe. Really not too much to say, just playing extremely safely. And getting that extra experience, as I do want the one more talent point. These guys are immune to flame cards, so just set up a firing battery and take him out from out of their range. Double checking because it's been a while since he used Fireball. 22 damage, not bad, not bad. So I wasn't sure about this. The problem with Spectral Orb is it deals critical hits. The reason I decided to take it is maybe it's worth it to give me non-fire damage against Yender, plus summoning an ally is useful. I could have taken Fireball knockback maybe. Hard to say. And I'm deciding if I'm going to level it up. Give it a test. 11 damage, 7 range, 4 range on the summon I think. But only 11 HP. A lot weaker than I recalled. But yeah, the reason I don't use it anywhere near as much as potentially I could is because I'm quite concerned about the critical hits. I decided just to get out of there. I'm not messing with one fast, 2 blinky enemies like that. Yes, I forgot he was there. I wouldn't have swapped my staff otherwise. With him being right there. But hey. Also, that does show that flame walls do last between using stairs. So that is a strategy that I could use. I don't know what I was doing. Just go back upstairs. Bro, just go back upstairs. It is also perfectly safe to blink, jump, step across because, yeah, that's what I decided to do because even if it sees me, I'm out. And then it shouldn't step on any of the annoying things. Yeah. That's like 3 times I've almost got in trouble by forgetting stuff was previously back upstairs, thinking I cleared it. Gonna get as much gold as possible, and then think about what else there is. So I actually completely forgot that I have 2 more floors to clear. So I thought this was the final items, final gold, final everything. Yeah. So that's why I'm taking my time, looking through all the items, double checking, thinking about it. Go to the librarian, do a final check, take anything useful. Dash attack, yeah, I can see that being useful. Shock, definitely. Recovery would take a 2nd talent point to get the cooldown thing, but I wanted shock stunning. I have this situation here where I don't have enough space on my talent bar, so yeah, you can still swap them in and out, but it's quite annoying indeed. And so I take Storm Shot, but I don't think I use it much, mainly because it's not on my talent bar. I definitely could have used it much more. I take Weapon Mastery because dash attack, like 75 gold. The alternative is I get 2% evasion. The reason I take the Spear is so I don't accidentally damage shield myself. I'm trying to remind myself of which talents I have to swap in and out, and deciding which ones I want to have on my hotbar. I'll have to cycle through them quite a bit as we go, depending on the situation. It's quite frustrating, yeah, having that many talents, and that's not even including any item talents. Like if I use the Staff of Storms, that'd be an item talent, or if I had boots that give a talent. There's many different ways. Yeah, just taking that evasion. Why not? Thinking about what I want to spend my talent point on, how I'm going to take out different Yenders, what the go is. My mind's fully on the Yender fight here, just thinking about that. And then I'm very surprised that I have 2 whole more floors to go. Yeah, completely forgot. Okay, so now I'm contemplating how this floor mechanic works. Yeah, because it's quite scary. And it turns out that while you keep vision around light sources, you don't keep vision around flames, flame cards, which kind of doesn't make sense. So as much as I've been saying Wall of Fire is OP, and it needs to be nerfed, I do think that if you make a flame cloud on this kind of floor, that it should give you vision around it. That's quite situational, and I don't think it makes Wall of Fire OP to have that alone if it was balanced in other ways, such as reduced range. Reduce the range on Wall of Fire. That's what we need. Just gonna go on a little scouting trip. It's quite a lot of stuff. I'm debating if I even want to kill it, and then I'm like, it's all mostly melee. But then it will go invisible, but as long as it doesn't get hasted. Plus I do want level 12, I need that talent point for shock stunning, right? Try to move across so that it walks down through the fire. Things get overhealed, so I use the stairs to reduce the overhealed HP back to normal. And here I'm going to jump across. Yep, once again, to get it to walk down through the flame card. And we'll just repeat, rinse and repeat. The reason I'm stepping across like this is to try and get the maximum possible distance from the other enemies, so that we don't pull them as much. And then I realized I can use this ability to hit things in the dark and or when they're invisible, which helps speed things up a little bit. This time I pulled both, but no, I didn't. Still only pulled one. Yeah. Bunch of overheal comes in. That's fine. I realized I was still alive. But as long as nothing's hasted, they can't get next to me, so that's okay. Place it there to try and pull the enemy down through the firewall. Just checking, see if there's any more shrooms in there. Gotta be very careful about shrooms behind those pillars. And the glyph gates. Oh, the gate, the bars across the top. Yeah. Nice int. Happy. My MP is pretty low. Usually I have a fair bit more MP. So I'm happy to get any more int that I can. Especially when you start like chaining flame portals around, you eat into it fairly quickly. 4 MP each, but still. I've got all the tools now. As long as I use them properly, should be fine. Here I go for a little tour. Just to make sure I can see everything. Checking the shrooms out. Deciding how I want to clear this, if I want to. or if I want to just skip. And turn a fireball. Not available on my hotbar anyway, which is annoying because otherwise I would have used it. Just checking there's no shrooms or anything crazy. Turns out the spectral orb is really good in these floors. I'm still hesitant to use it because I don't want any critical hits. Though thinking about it, like, assess the terrain here. What critical hits can we possibly get? And nothing can actually constrict it. I wasn't expecting to pull the boss, so I was quite surprised. And I was a little bit nervous about the boss getting hasted. And invisibility, plus reduced vision. That guy didn't last long. Then I decide I can just go in, I can see around myself, and then I can yeah, drop aggro and try this all again. Useless item. Flame Wall also blocks the archer shots, just in case it aggroes. We don't have to worry about that. That was a bit weird. So it said invisibility above its head, but then... Oh, I understand now. I had the helm with telepathy, so he was invisible, and the H is for hidden, but I can just see it because I've got the helm. Poor guys. So I guess I didn't have to worry about hasted invisible ones, because I could always see them. I think this is a very minor use of the helm with telepathy, and that the helm's just incredibly strong regardless. Okay, now we can do a final check. So I realized if I'm buying decks for 75, I may as well take a dex ring for 70. Does the same thing, 5 gold cheaper, probably won't make any difference. Go spend our remaining gold. Get that dex. 20% evasion. Hopefully we don't have to use that. 40% on a strafe dodge. Not the best odds after putting 87 minutes into a game like this. Hopefully we don't rely on that. I want to take it nice and slow. I know I have every tool I need to win the game. I just want to consider every possibility. The archer at the top, that guy blinking, like... So my priority is to kill the guy that can blink the enemies. Also got to watch out for crunches on unstable terrain. Shock greeds are a thought. So my hope is that I can kill him straight up. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work. Turns out that uses most of my MP, just killing 2 enemies and a bit of movement, so... yeah, I think it makes sense to be quite cautious. I considered the staff, and then I realized that is a critical, and that the unstable staff, or the physical staff, is critical. And my fire staff isn't effective in water. So there actually is a second reason to have more decks, is I now have speed points for dash and jump, but that's about it. Theoretically, Duelist wouldn't be bad at this challenge. Apart from the early game will be horrible. Yep. No criticals there. Now I've got a safe spot, so we should be perfectly fine. What am I doing? I'm just checking out the terrain, I guess. Yeah. Just watching the MP to make sure I have enough to get back. It's pretty nice being able to see everything now. Those shrooms are dangerous, but I have ways to get rid of them. One of my other considerations is I can also just skip this entire floor, but I think it's safer to clear everything. Get rid of invulnerability shrooms, they're annoying. This time I do look to the side. I wasn't expecting it to aggro from the death damage, so yeah, I was not expecting that. Considered using the spectral orb, but it's unstable in the water, so that would be giving up the entire game. Now I'm actually not sure what to do because I don't want the skeletons to aggro. So that's why I full reset. I could wait for the MP, but it'd be super boring. I really don't have effective ways to damage things on water. Which is definitely not going to cause issues later on in the game. Shooting the second tile there does make a difference because it expands to give more steam. Blink straight through the clouds. Annoying. Clouds also reduce my vision. Also annoying. Make sure I'm out of range so it has to lunge. I know I could have avoided that and I would have died. I just wanted to play it safer. Okay, that took ages, but now we have one more side clear. Reorganize my talents. This really wasn't that complicated. I'm just massively overthinking everything, and I do not want to mess this up. If I messed this up, I think I probably would have given up on the challenge. It had been too much. Twice now I aggroed things that I wasn't expecting, which was frustrating. Didn't expect to pull the archer the first time, didn't expect to pull the second melee there. And I felt with all the tools that I had, these things shouldn't be happening, as in I shouldn't have so many unexpected situations, so it was quite annoying. But hey, we're getting there. Very balanced. Extremely balanced. Sneaking these shrooms, there can be no accidents. I jump away so it doesn't pull anything else, so it's just a 1v1. Two more guys. Finally, we'll have cleared this floor. I don't even want to check how long that took. That was disgusting. Okay. And then this should be really easy because we got Shadow Step. Another example of why Shadow Step is pretty much required. Imagine trying to do this without Shadow Step. You could Flame Portal Rush at the end, but yeah. Always, as soon as you've Shadow Stepped, wait to get Shadow Step back, if possible. So there is no chance of anything going wrong. Just farming a little bit more experience, plus also being very safe. Full MP, full talents, deciding if I want to kill that, decide against it. And I do not like this floor. Even with Shadow Step, I hate it. For this challenge in particular. Saying that, I have all the tools I need. Once again, it shouldn't be that hard. Keywords, it shouldn't. Used half my MP to kill one enemy. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. So I've got to watch out for enemies stepping on dangerous terrain. Down to almost no MP already. I definitely should be considering what is more efficient. No, look around the corner. Here I realize that there's shrooms up there. I just lose. And so I want to rush in and check. I also want to prevent them from moving with Shadow Step. But I feel like I'm out of position to do either. So I have to give them at least one step. And then I realize I need to also Flame Wall to give myself a way back out. But thankfully there was no terrain there. That was bad for us. So now I'm going to try and check the top. Yep, nothing there. Pretty much just one tile we can't see. So I'm going to position myself to do what I should have done in the first place, which is just Shadow Step every single enemy as soon as it appeared. That's 100% what I should have done. I should have just lined up an easy enemy where I can get out of vision and just done this every time. Mistakes were made. So I should have Shadow Stepped to the Chaos Priest, Flame Portaled up, jumped and then stepped. Should have been even then. Yeah. Alternatively, I could Flame Wall, taking 1 turn, then Shadow Step, and then get out, and I would have gotten out guaranteed. But now I've got 2 MP, a regenerating Chaos Priest, which I can't get within 4 tiles of, and aggroed enemies, and potentially more walls popping. This is not a good situation for me. See, I thought if I went down and into Smite Vision, he'd die. And then he got his HP back because he's regenerating. So he'd also be dead right now if he wasn't regenerating. And I'm like, fine. Good, drop vision. We'll be fine. Just making sure I can. I don't know why I decided I couldn't. If I went in and jumped down, surely that drops... Well, I changed my mind. Pulled the guys on the left side as well. Really worried about the distance I am away from him now. I realized that if I go up, I'm actually still in vision. I've messed up again. And now I'm like, 8 MP next to this guy. What am I doing? Okay, so I want to block vision. You can't block vision. 2 tiles like this, it sees you no matter which one you block. I'm thinking about what tools I have. I decided I do have another tool. I try blocking vision. Now I'm really scared. Does Torment work through vision block? That's okay, I got dash attack. Sweet, I'll dash attack through, jump up, it'll be fine. Can't dash attack. Oh no. Fuck. Wait, does Torment require vision? Oh, I have this ability. I'm so scared. I feel like I've completely thrown. I place it underneath because I don't want the Chaos Priest to step down onto the water and get critical hit. Also, this is when I noticed it's regenerating. I didn't actually realize before this. There you can see another example of enemies using targeted abilities through areas they don't have vision, and then it fails, which is kind of amusing. So I really don't want to go down the stairs. Like, I can right now just walk straight down the stairs. But I want the experience, and I want to go downstairs with full MP. And cooldowns would be preferable. So that's what I'm thinking. How can I manage this situation? It's still possible. I could flame wall.
I really screwed that up.
Shadow step. Yeah, I did almost mess it up, man. So luckily we get a good floor here, but I decided not to because I'd already on the previous floor, I already made so many mistakes. I was like, I need to get out of here. Yeah. But it definitely was still possible. Another example of the uses of one of the most balanced combo of abilities in the game. I'm debating if I need to clear these guys for experience. In the end, I decide I'll get the level against Yender, I guess. magic. Slime. Ice. I am so thankful that it is not Fire Yender, because that would have been painful. Fast Crystal Golem looks a little scary, honestly. Not a problem for us. Trying to decide which abilities I want on my talent bar, just to be readily available. Just checking there's no shrooms or anything that'll cause any issues. Deciding how I can pull safely. Realize it doesn't really matter. But because he didn't aggro Yender, I can just make enough distance that Yender's too far away to aggro. I've got minimal stuns for Yender, so mainly gonna have to take him down by controlling vision. I can always full reset like this. Yender doesn't heal, I do. Or by heal, I mean get my MP back. Just trying to decide how I can fastest get damage on Yender to have the least amount of issues. One down, two to go. Ice Yender. Well, at least I now know that the ice vents are not a problem. But what I didn't really consider was what happened last time I tried to kill an enemy that was on water. Crits on water, don't want crits on unstable. Don't want crits. It is kind of free. Shock, as long as it's not on water. Maybe I need to pull them onto the land. So I could pretty safely pull, because if it saw me and a lot of Yender, I can shadow step in and then flame portal out. What I didn't consider was with a MP pull of 38 and how the ice works is that I wouldn't be able to kill them. So on second thoughts, I should have pulled them one at a time, which is possible. So you wait until it doesn't aggro everything immediately, and then you move to where I am now, and you block vision with steam, and then it won't yell until it's out of range. And if there's only one at a time, life becomes really easy.
If you pull 4 of them, I block vision, so I don't pull a 5th. If you pull 4 of them and you have 38 MP and all your damage either deals crits or doesn't deal well on water, yeah. Life is quite complicated. Steam's blocking my own flame portals, which is what I'm concerned about. Well, let's sit back and admire the mess that I've made for myself. This is what I mean by not having much practice in the vault in challenges like this. And then when you do get there, you're under so much pressure. What if I've made a mistake and it's unrecoverable? Didn't work out expected. Because I'm still in Steam myself.
Probably don't want to shadow step right now.
Shadow Step's kind of your ultimate life-saving ability. You don't want to use it if you don't have to, but yeah, 3 MP. Thinking really hard about how I can actually drop the aggro here, because I pretty much need my MP back. Turns out you can't make steam underneath a pre-existing ice cloud. But this works out. So, oops. It would have worked. I'm a little bit annoyed because I had a way and then I messed it up. But I realized I can just keep doing the same thing. And when he comes closer, because he can't yell. And even if he does, I'm going to shadow step, so it doesn't matter. So yeah. Then I realized I require vision. And I'm like, will my method still work when he's next to me? I'm not so sure. Also, I realize he needs to be out of the ice clouds, or else he's going to wake up immediately. So I messed up pulling them, and then I had a spot where I was hidden and could rest, and then I pulled one again. I'm a little concerned because I'm using 2 of my resources right there. Can he see me right now? I was like, did I just get lucky? And then the second time. And now I'm pretty confident that he actually can't see me here. However, I've still got to be very careful. I don't want to misclick. Slowly getting the resources back. Okay, all my resources are back. This is good. How do I kill them? So I can get full damage if they're on ice, and I can get full damage if they're on the land. I've also got to be careful to not pull the top stuff. I realize that's no good. Two of the top guys can see me there. That guy's unfortunately on water now. Half health, but on water. So I need him to go back the other way. I don't know why I went there. That makes no sense. As I'm going to have to move next turn anyway, so I can't even deal damage. I decided that's a waste of MP. So close. Something I could be using more here is Storm Shot. If it was on my cooldown bar, I definitely could have used that to get some extra damage. Trying to decide where I'll have the ability to block vision. I was very surprised that he can supposedly see me at this angle. How? Like, serious question. But we figured out another setup that lets us get our MP back. So we've almost dug our way out of this hole that we put ourselves in. Two MP at a time. Okay, now there's only two left. Surely it won't be that hard to kill them. Full damage because he's on the ice. None of my abilities reach. I contemplating shooting him with my staff to save the MP and decided I just need to take him out. One left, 16 HP. Surely. Would have been annoying, there's no way to force a rest when all the enemies are out of aggro range, but maybe my talent selection wasn't the best. Yeah, I don't really think there was that great of talents for dealing damage. Discord would have been really nice, but that wasn't an option. Okay. Finally. Okay. Well. Let's do that again. Not quite though. I can be a lot smarter about it this time. Pull just one guy. Also, it's easier to bring him across. I was just worried about him pulling everything else, so that's why I did that. Much easier when it's just one enemy. Plus I figured out where I want to kill them. So when they all aggro, all I have to do is go in, go out, and rest. This guy turned out to be quite the yeller. He just constantly wanted to alert everyone. So it's a 50% chance when enemies first see you, if they alert everyone. And so far he's done it 3 times in a row. I was starting to wonder, is it like not random? There we go. Then I realized I've got an even easier way to kill them. May as well have got the MP. I can waste it on one guy. 2 left. Finally, I really figure it out. So I place the wall, then I block vision. And then a fireball. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty. Last guy left. Tough. Just counting though, I could always flame portal in. Wouldn't be a problem. Alright, that was a pain. Now to whittle Yender down. Just making sure I stay out of vision. He's got no heals, no summons, his wall can't hit me. So it's really just a matter of spending the time. I remember I have Storm Shot. Even better, it doesn't use MP. Nice little chunk of damage. I was a little bit surprised by that, but it's not a problem for us. There we have it, max level as well. Okay. And this is one that I messed up on previously. Thankfully this time I have levitation. Key is to get to the bottom row down here, and 3 tiles across, so not this one but this one here, And Yender will not
Shock
aggro.
Everything is going to be on the water, I think. Okay.
I'm actually not sure a shock will spread to the splits or not, so
6 turns.
I can't safely use it. Which is quite frustrating.
Does the shock spread if that splits? I don't trust.
So this is the dangerous part of this whole floor, is clearing this first 4 slimes. Three turns till I have Shadow Step back. Thinking about it, I realized that that would do damage to the guys on the water. Plus, won't get critical hits because they're not unstable on toxic waste. Check that fireball dealt enough damage. That was guaranteed. Giving myself an option to flame portal out as well. There we have it. Now this should be a win from here. Not too much the enemies can do. I've got myself a nice big area of safety. Shadow Step in case there's any accidents. I was thinking about how to engage this 1,000,000% safe. So I set up my TP line. Pulled everything, so we'll just drop aggro. And repeat. Jump back just so it can't gain aggro the turn we step back, just in case. Make as much distance as possible. Nice. Three more to go. Actually, I wasn't quite sure how I was going to pull these two. Normally they get pulled by the acidic slime near the pillar. Realize I can use the same pull as normal, so that he should pull the purple slime, and Yender won't be aggroed because I'm more than 2 tiles off that center area, so we're too far away. Last slime will be easy. Not quite sure why the slime just stood there, the split, but I'll take it. And now, how to kill Yender safely. Only one stun, which has to be pretty much adjacent to him to use. So I figured for the first step I'd just drop Yender's aggro and take the Goblet Shield out. Two reasons for this. One, means we can safely kill Yender, and two, it means the Goblet Shield can't re-aggro accidentally. Three, there's more, we can clear the Shrooms, and four, we want to engage near the top wall, as the top will have torches on it, and we can use those torches for our flame portal if things go wrong. I considered the Spectral Orb, but it would only really survive one shot from Yender, so probably not the best. And I realized I can just do something along the lines of Flame Wall. I can't count to 6 apparently. Just making sure that I can go out if I shadow step in. Because if we do mess up and Yender keeps aggro and he drops some tentacle spitters, that could be quite nasty indeed. And now I realize my mistake. He was on the flame wall, so now he has aggro. But only 8 turns because we have the swiftness. I'm still very, very scared right now. I want to reach the energy well, but that's not going to happen. At least not the way I did that. And the fact that he dropped that poison cloud was absolutely huge, as it wasted a number of his turns. Here I'm overthinking how Shadow Step and stuns work, but I figure out what to do eventually. Flame Portal to stay safe, get all my cooldowns back, in particular jump. MP was at 2 at the end of that situation, so that was probably closer than it should have been, by far. And there we have it. That is one of the hardest challenges I have ever done. That is the hardest challenge I have done in a long time. Whew. Done. That's insane. I need more stuns. Alright. I'm done. I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm out of here. Okay, see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed.